Hello, good evening, everyone. So I want to take a minute here, or actually it's going to be a few minutes, but I want to do a response video to a video uploaded by a YouTube user, xjoe81x, back on the 23rd of September. I'm going to upload this on the 26th, so a couple days ago. I'm actually recording this the night of the 25th, but whatever. It's going to go up on the 26th. He made a video that I'm going to link down below, right down in the description that nobody reads. And it's going to be a link to his channel, which go subscribe to that first off. Second, there's a video he posted called Subaru People. Now this is something that genuinely pisses me off, so I wanted to make a response video, and I told him, I said, I'm going to make a response video to this, just wait. So there's going to be a link to that actual video. First of all, pause this video right now, go down to the description and watch that video, because a lot of what I say probably isn't going to make sense unless you watch that video. Okay? I will wait. Okay, now that you've watched the video, you may proceed. Subaru people. Now, there's different groups of people, right? There's the people that don't give a flying fuck what they drive, and honestly, some people that don't even know. I mean, there's someone that might have a Kia Rio and they don't even know. They don't care. There's people that know what they drive and love it because, you know, they like the way it drives. For example, if you had like a Pontiac Bonneville or something and you love the way it drove, there you go. If you owned a Honda Civic with a rice or fart can, maybe you drove it because you like the rice or fart can. I don't know. What my point is that there's different kinds of car people. And then there's Subaru people. Now this is different than a BMW, you know, bitch, typical BMW bitch who doesn't use her signal, drinks Starbucks, slams into the back of you because, oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, you're in a Chevy Spark. Well, I'm more important than you. Cunt. Anyway, this is about Subaru people. Now, Subaru people are a very interesting type of people. Now, I should make a disclaimer right at the beginning. I don't really give a flying fuck what you drive. Okay, if you drive a 1968 Pontiac Grand Prix with missing doors, fuck it. If you like it, you like it. If you drive a 2005 Buick Regal, whatever. If you drive a 2000, I don't know, Acura Legend. Did they even make the Legend that late? A 1990 Acura Legend? I don't care. If you drive a 2002 Kia Sophia, I really don't give a fuck. And also, how the fuck do you still have one of those? How is it still running? But anyway, with that said, Subaru people. If you pay any attention while you're driving around, you'll probably see a Subaru. I mean, you'll probably see one of everything except maybe a Saab or something old, obscure. If you see a Subaru person, chances are there's going to be three types of people driving it. There's going to be someone who likes it because it's capable, good for off-roading, good up here in the Michigan winters with all-wheel drive. There's going to be someone that doesn't give a flying fuck what they drive. They just, oh, well, it's my car, whatever, it works, fuck it. There's probably also some people that drive, you know, BRZs or whatever because they like the sporty aspect of it and they don't like Hondas, whatever. Then there's the third type of people, or fourth. I'm going to call it third. And these are the typical Subaru people. Now, I wanted to insert a piece of that video from xjoe81x here because I think he hit the nail on the head with describing Subaru people in a nutshell. Although I asked him and he said, no, please don't do that. So, out of respect for him, because he said, yeah, don't do that, please, I'm going to tell you what he said because it is one of the best things I have heard in this year. Like, seriously, it's that good. Okay, so I have written down in front of me what was said in that video, and I'm going to tell you using sort of my own words. Okay, so xjoe81x described Subaru people as, quote-unquote, the type of people that are like backpacking, LL Bean, hippies, peace, love, and war, man, which I think is like peace signs. Go with peace signs on the fucking back. The coexist. The fucking coexist bumper stickers. If you don't know what that is, look it up. Those, filled with granola bars, overpriced clothes, LL Bean, hiking boots, and then these are the people that also go to Starbucks. That's essentially what was said. Go to about 3 minutes in the video and look at it. And they're a teacher. Which, for the record, I had a teacher in middle school who bought during the year a brand new Subaru Forester, so that's the other thing. He described it as it's mostly the Foresters and the older ones. See, the current Forester is like an SUV, but back in like the times I was a kid, they were wagons. They were wagons. They were like Outbacks, but they were a little squished. And I agree. The Outbacks too, though. I think the Foresters, honestly, he has a point, are probably the most of this type of people, and they have dogs. You have to have dogs, because the interior is full of fucking dog hair. If you match this description, that's fine. Just don't be a jagoff. I'm using a Pennsylvania term, but don't be a jagoff. Ironically, a teacher I had was the backpacking type. He wasn't a backpacker. Probably had LL Bean. He wasn't a hippie. He wasn't peace, love, and war. Probably had granola bars, and probably had hiking boots, though, and he didn't go to Starbucks. So he sort of fit the description. Then again, he went from a Honda Odyssey to that, although his wife had an Outback. So he was a Subaru fan, needless to say. And I like Subaru too. I just hate the association. That's what it is. Same thing, I like Honda, but I hate being associated with Honda fans, because Honda fans are interesting. We'll leave it at that. But either way, he's absolutely right on this. If you see a Subaru Outback, I'm going to use Outback for the story because I personally know more people that drive Outbacks than Foresters. The main 3 points are the coexist sticker, LL Bean, or Columbia, like North Face, but LL Bean, and then the hiking boots, and the dogs. Those are the 4 main ones. If you've got those 4 things, if you're also a man that is about 5'6", and you have a long hair and a full fucking beard. I mean, this fucking thing is big, but it's like ugly big. And you have dogs, and you vote for people who are socialists, I just described you. You are a Subaru person. I guess you could say women that follow this too, but I honestly believe that there are more Subaru people who are men than women. Hippies, but also women. Or men, I'm sorry. I know there are Subaru people that are women. He described it as Karens too, which, I'll be honest, I don't totally think that that's true. Maybe in his geographical area, for the reference, he lives in New York on Long Island. I live in Michigan in Lansing area. Theoretically, I don't think that that's necessarily true. I think that most Karens drive Mercedes. SUVs, of course. Which, for the record, I love Mercedes. I just don't like the association with them. They do make good cars, though, when they aren't having electrical problems. But either way, what I'm saying is these type of people genuinely, or generally, not genuinely, generally are fucking douchebags. They also think they're better than everyone else, which, for the record, that's any BMW driver, but for fuck's sake, find a Subaru person that doesn't cut you off or wears 17 masks. That's probably another one that's through cut. Now, granted, when they said wear 2 masks, how many people actually did that? I didn't. I wore 1. Normal person wears 1. If you work in a hospital, wear 2. You know, wear an N95 and then wear a blue paper shitty one that doesn't work, in my opinion, so that if someone sneezes on you, then what the fuck sneeze was that? But then pull it off, throw that away, put a new one on. Your N95 is not all fuckety on the outside. End of tangent. He's absolutely right. Subaru people genuinely are just jagoffs. And if you drive a BRZ that has a fart can, you're not who I'm talking about, okay? Or if you drive a WRX, which for fuck's sake I actually kind of like. If you drive a WRX, I'm not talking about you, okay? If you drive a Legacy or an Impreza, I think it's Impreza, an Impreza or a Legacy, what I'm saying is most Subaru jagoffs either drive a Outback or a Forester. I'm going to say it like him and say Forester because it sounds funny. But either way, most Subaru people drive Outbacks and Foresters. Maybe you drive a Legacy, which is similar to an Outback. I don't know. You got to make that judgment, okay? If I just described you, you are a Subaru dick. Congratulations. If you drive a WRX, no, I'm not talking about you. And for the record, you can be an Outback driver like this and not have dogs. But that's like I don't know if consequential is the right word. That's a core part of it. Because usually, when you buy a used Subaru, there's always dog hair on the fucking inside. Which, for the record, that's fine, but for fuck's sake, clean your car. I don't let a dog in my car, okay? One, they're gonna tear up my leather back seat. And two, if I had cloth, they would tear up the cloth. My mother's car has cloth seats, and our dog, who's a little interesting, let's say, she hates riding in the car, which is normal, but she has some other things. My mother has a big, giant padded armrest in the middle. She's a RAV4. The dog clawed that all up. What do you think that would be if the seats were leather? You need a protector if you're going to carry something like that, but that's beside the point. And the sad part is, there's a lot of people out there that are like this that don't know that they're like this. I have seen, let me tell you something. I was actually considering getting a coexist sticker for my car, but then I didn't. This was a couple years ago when I was 12, 13. I didn't because now that association means, oh, you voted for Joe Biden and you love the environment. Aw. No. No, I will not be one of those people. I'm not going to get political, but that's just what I'm saying. And I have seen more Subaru Outbacks, the older ones, not the old ones, but the like 2012, 11 ones. I have seen more of those with coexist stickers than any other car, make, or model. Any of them. And it's always the Outbacks. And I'm going to separate, I'm going to add on to XJoe801X here, and I'm going to make a theory. The people that drive Outbacks, just Outbacks, I need to look at my screen so I see it, are the people with dogs, granola bars, and go to Starbucks. The Forester drivers are the backpackers and the overpriced clothing and boots people. And also the teachers. And the peace stickers, obviously, are the Outback. But I'm really running out of things to say. I just wanted to cover that and tell him that he's absolutely right and that I agree and that whatever. Subaru people are fucking stupid. If you drive a Subaru Outback and you don't fit any of those things and you just like the car, whatever. I don't give a fuck. If you follow these and you're a nice person, I give less fucks. You might still annoy me, but I don't give a fuck. If you're one of these people and you're a fucking douchebag, yeah, I give a fuck. And yes, this video, I say fuck a lot, and that's okay because it's my fucking channel, and I can fucking swear on it if I fucking want to. It's a free fucking country, Susan. Anyways, rant over about that. There you go. Rant over. That's my Subaru rant. Now, I will say, I actually came close to buying a Subaru. Now, if you know, I have a Chevrolet Monte Carlo. It's not a cool Monte Carlo from the 70s or whatever. It's basically a Lumina two-door. It's a 95. I have a video on it on my channel. It's called My First Car. I actually considered getting a Subaru because my aunt previously had a 2011 Subaru Outback, fully loaded. It was a 2.5i limited, sunroof, remote start, wood grade, leather, digital climate control. No screen, but it had automatic climate control. I came close to buying that. I just decided against it at the last minute for a couple reasons. One, it's a CVT, which, two, import, and I didn't want an import, especially for my first car. And three, I wanted a sedan or a coupe. That's a wagon. And it's not like my dad's car. He has a Volkswagen Jetta Sport Wagon where it's literally a wagon or a sedan with an open back, like a Saturn wagon. An Outback is sort of a combo between a wagon and an SUV. It's a tall wagon. I mean, if it was a true wagon, the Legacy and the Outback would have the same ride height, but they don't. The Outback sits a little higher. That said, if her car was the 3.6R version, I would have snatched that son of a bitch up faster than I fucking could have gotten my car. I clicked on it the minute I saw it on Facebook. I would have snatched that fucker up as fast as I could, because that's a fucking sleeper. 2.5i Outback, it was nice, but she ended up getting rid of it, actually about a month ago. I told her, I said, no, I don't want it. And on top of that, I probably wouldn't have been able to afford it. She ended up getting a 2021 Toyota 4Runner SR5 Premium, I think, which is what she wanted. But anyways, that's my rant about Subaru people. Fuck them. Just fuck them. And fuck BMW X5 drivers, too. Or not the X3, okay? The big BMWs. The, like, X5, X7, X8, 9, 10, 69. I don't know. There's a ton of them. Fuck them. Just fuck them. They are the most douchey fucking ass jack-off people on the road. More than BMW drivers. Because they're fucking entitled. And, of course, they use iPhones. If you use an iPhone, I don't care. I had an iPhone for a long time. But that's really what I think. Fuck them. Thoroughly fuck Subaru drivers. Not drivers, people. There's a big difference, okay? My grandmother drives a 2017 Subaru Forester. In fact, I made a video of it. She's a nice old lady, and that car's a fine car. She's not a Subaru person. She's probably a Buick person, actually. They had those for years because they live in Flint, and Flint's big Buick town. But anyway, I'm talking about Subaru people. People who are loyal to their Subaru, and not just because it's a Subaru, oh, all-wheel drive, it's nice. The people who are loyal because they follow that fucking description. Those are the people that piss me off. There was a kid who went to my high school. He actually graduated last summer. He was a senior last year. He's 4 grades ahead of me. But he had an old-ass Subaru Legacy. I mean an old one. It was probably a 90s one. It made some weird sounds, but I think he liked it. I don't know. I never talked to him about it, but he had it. I mean, he drove it. He liked it. Probably parents got it for him, but whatever. I don't think he was a Subaru person. He followed nothing on here except iPhone user. Oh well. Just a Subaru driver. If you're a Subaru person, this is directed towards you. And yeah, I'm actually pretty fucking mad about this. I need to stop looking at the screen because it looks different. That's my rant about Subaru people. I gotta catch myself. Subaru people. I mean, let me think about something. Okay, I live in a cul-de-sac, right? Okay. At our house, we have a Toyota, a Volkswagen, and a Chevy. My neighbors that way have a Volkswagen and a Subaru fucking Forester. He's not a Subaru person, though. I think he just likes the car. He's not a douchebag like this. And it's a newer one. It's an SUV kind, whatever. Neighbors that live 2 over in the center of the cul-de-sac have a Honda CR-V, old-ass 4Runner. Their kid has a Ford Focus, and they have a Jeep Grand Cherokee. For the record, we have a Jetta Sport Wagon, RAV4. I got a Monte Carlo. They have a Forester and a Volkswagen Atlas, the big one. Like I said, Focus, CR-V, 4Runner, Grand Cherokee. Neighbors that live directly across, they got a big Dodge Ram and another Jeep Grand Cherokee. People that live directly across from us have another Jeep Grand Cherokee, ironically, and they got a Chevy Tahoe. And the people that live, technically their driveway's on the main street, but they have a sidewalk here. I think they have a Blazer, a new Blazer, not the old cool Blazer, and then I think an Equinox. Or maybe it's an Equinox. And then my neighbors that live on the main street, but the back of their house faces the side of our house. They have a Camry, and they had an Altima, and I think they have a Subaru Legacy now. They're nice old people. I don't know if they're old. They're probably in their 50s. They're nice people. They're not Subaru people. They're Subaru drivers, and I think they just like Japanese mid-sized cars. You know, Camry, Altima, Legacy. Subaru people. That's what I'm trying to say. And I think I've said it enough, so I'm going to turn the camera off. I'm going to edit this and probably cut a bunch of this stupid bullshit out. Thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe and click like if you like what you see. Subscribe to XJoe81X down below. He uploads, I want to say weekly. I think he usually uploads on Tuesdays, although sometimes he'll upload 2 in a week, Tuesday, Thursday. I guess you could say bi-weekly, but when I think of bi-weekly, I think of once every other week. He uploads at least a video a week on Tuesdays. It could be about whatever. He does whatever. I mean, literally, he does whatever. Pretty cool guy. Just go subscribe to XJoe81X. Watch his Subaru people video. It's literally the top, before I even type out my description, the top first thing in the description is his video. Okay? Subscribe to him. you know what? I'm going to do my outro again. Thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe and click like if you like what you see. Subscribe to XJoe81X and watch his video. And follow me on the web, wix.com/theelevatorworld/fans. That sounds a lot cleaner. Bye-bye.